So this is the first assumption of your one sample t-test, that your one sample one variance should be equals to sample 2 variance. Now the second one, if this assumption is fulfilled, right, and then we move ahead to the second assumption. Second one is what? If this is fulfilled, then what you can say, this is leaven test. This is your leaven test. Now what could be the condition in the case of leaven test? If assumption is fulfilled, right, fulfilled and not fulfilled, right, there will be only two chance, that either the condition is will be fulfilled or not. This condition only, variance is equal or not. If the condition is fulfilled, then we can apply on the large sample. If it is not fulfilled, then we apply on a small sample, right, then you apply on the small sample. And there is a one more condition to check this leaven test. Let me tell you this condition also. The formula of large sample, the formula of large sample is x, the first sample mean minus second sample mean divided by the standard deviation, and then divided by the n1 plus n2 minus 2. So this is your formula. Although in the SPSS there is no use to learn the formula, but I just tell you for the concept. And for the small sample, formula is different. Okay, here formula is different, because what does it mean? If your variance is not equals to, here variance is not equal, right, so we generally take combined mean here, sorry, combined variance. We take it here combined variance, right, because there is no condition to check because there is no same variance, that's why, right. So just open the SPSS now, and there is a file. Let me open you one file. Open data, and there is a file name once, or independent sample t-test. This one, independent sample t-test performance between males and females employee, right. So here we have data of performance of gender wise, male and female, right, and I just, the data is also 50. Okay, so here what could be your null hypothesis? First of all, this is very important to understand null hypothesis and alternate hypothesis, because this is here the base. If you decide that your null will reject or null will accept, then what is your null? So this is very important to understand. So my null is in this case that retention ratio, because the data is showing the performance score and job retention, right, their income of male and female and the age wise, right. The data is all about the employees, you can say, the job retention, their performance score, their salary and age. So I just want to apply the independent sample t-test on job retention, that's why. So what could be your null hypothesis? Retention of female will be equals to retention of retention of male is equals to retention of female, right. The other hypothesis could be your this one, sample mean of female and sample mean of male. So what could be the steps if you apply the one sample independent sample t-test here? First step is to apply the leaven test, right, and then t-test, check the t-test, then we check the t-test, and third one, again p-value or decision. What could be your decision, reject or null? So these are the steps to apply the independent sample t-test, and this is your null hypothesis in the case of this example, right. Okay, now again go to the same option, analyze tab, compare mean, and independent sample t-test. Analyze, compare means, and independent sample t-test. Click on independent sample t-test. Right now, there is a value number of years in okay, this one, job retention. Right, you can simply right click on the variable to convert the property. This time it is showing the labels, and now if you right click on this, you can opt the variable name. Variable name is job retention, but label is this one. You can check the label from the variable view. Job retention, for the job retention, the label is this, number of years in current job. Right, for the income, label is monthly income of the employee. For the gender, label is gender of employee. Age of employee. Right, so go to again the same option, analyze, compare means, and one independent sample t-test. Right click on this and select the variables name so that you can easily correlate with your data. So select the job retention because I want to test job retention of male and female. Right, factor wise I want to test. So my data is grouped in the gender, male and female. So select the gender in the grouping variable. Right, here you cannot you cannot put any metric data. Right, because grouping cannot be defined by the metric. Now you have to define the groups. For define the groups, you need to know what I have already defined in the this gender. So here you can see 1 for male and 2 for female. It can be possible that you can apply 0 for male and 1 for female. Right, so 1 for male and 1 for female. Now go to analyze, compare means, and independent sample t-test. Select the first one, number of years in current job. Right, gender of employees can be your grouping variable. Define groups because you have to define 1 for what and 2 for what. So you can choose 2 groups are there, 1 and 2, that's it. Right, because there are 2 groups, 1 for 1 and 2 for 2. Right, continue. In the options, again already selected 95%, you can change to 99 or 90 as per your problem. Click on OK. Yeah, so in the output view you can get the result with this analysis. Now I just told you the steps. The first step is Levin's test. I can write here Levin, and then we check the t-test value, this one. Right, but before going to the Levin's test, check the mean also. So mean of male is 4.28 and mean of female is 5.64. Right, what was my null? Null was this one, is equals to this one. Mean of male equals to mean of female. So I just got the data 4.28 and 5.64. Although here you cannot say that they are equal or not. You need to test statistically. Now go to Levin's test. So this is my Levin's test table. Right, here you can see the significant value. This is the significant value of Levin's test. So in this case, my Levin's test value p value is 0.977, which is greater than 0.05. What does it mean? Your assumption is fulfilled. Assumption is fulfilled. You can write this thing that if p value of your Levin's test is greater than alpha, then assumption is fulfilled. Because what is the null hypothesis or Levin's test? This is the Levin test, and what is the null hypothesis is Levin's test, that the values are sorry, not values. Yeah. So null hypothesis is equal variance assumed. Right, this is the null hypothesis or Levin's test. But this in this condition, you have your null hypothesis is my p value is high, p value is greater than the alpha, so my null will accept. So assumption is fulfilled. If your assumption is fulfilled, then first row for the assumption will be test. If your assumption is fulfilled, then I will check only first one, because my this hypothesis is accepted. Let me clean all these things. If my assumption is fulfilled, because my p value is greater than alpha 0.05. What does it mean? Assumption is fulfilled. That means first one is accepted. If assumption is not fulfilled, I will go with the not assumed, second row. If your Levin's test is accepted, if your Levin's test condition is fulfilled, then first row for assumption is fulfilled. This one I will check. For this one, you can see this is your p value of your test, not Levin's test, and this is your t test. So t test is 2.252, which is greater than 1.96, and p value is 0.029, which is less than 0.05. What does it mean? Here condition is for reject the null, because my t is high and p is low, right? So you can reject the null hypothesis here. I hope that the condition that you are able to understand all these things. Quite complicated, but it's easy also if you checked all these things.